Sit up here and your job is to play games. But play with something safe, man. Don't play with me.
What it is, chat, you in the done with your boy, and all I ask you to do is feed me 50K subs, chat. We need them subs, chat. Tap in with a like, tap in with a sub. Now look, I know I've been MIA, I've been missing in action, but a nigga back, you feel me? Like depression, all that shit. People be like, it ain't nothing, it's something, but they ain't never hold a real nigga down, you feel me? Let's get it, you in the dungeon. Pooh Shiesty, your boy RD. I said RD, Roger Davis, because I ain't even calling nigga Gucci no more. And I'm going to let y'all decide if y'all want to call him Gucci or not. Because your boy been doing a little bit, a little wisdom. So he might need that in his ass. But what would you do if you was in that situation, chat? Let's really get to the real about this. Let's dive in deep. Let's go.
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell nobody, not even the police. I don't believe in none of that shit. The only thing I believe in is don't tell the police.
Don't tell the police. You heard what he said, right?
Soft ass nigga. It's the only thing I believe in. I'm a smoke.
Shiesty about to get life in federal prison because he robbed and kidnapped Gucci Mane, and Gucci said he did it. According to the paperwork, Shiesty, his dad, and Memphis rapper Big 30 had Gucci pinned in a corner inside of a recording booth. Shiesty upped Draco, and they made him sign a release letting him go from the 1017 label before robbing Gucci of his earrings, jewelry, his wedding ring, and cash. But it gets better. Shiesty had 6 of his goons with him. They robbed Gucci's cameraman and another man, and then posted all the shit that they took on social media. Ooh. Now, Roderick Davis, aka Gucci, would identify Pooh Shiesty was wearing a Shiesty during the robbery, and he'd also identify Big 30. On top of that, Pooh Shiesty's father cooperated in an old case and agreed to continue cooperating in future cases. His father's a government informant. So in all, Pooh Shiesty lasted 5.5 months out of prison. He's on his way back, and as fast as he crashed out.
On his way back, and as fast as he crashed out, chat. Subscribe to the channel. Hit them buttons you see up there. Give me the like. Your boy Shiesty, he just crashed out.
He must have been missing somebody in there.
Soft ass nigga. It's the only thing I believe in. I'ma smoke you.
Woo.
No one gets shiestier than me. Heard the old saying, apples they don't fall from the tree. Yeah, my left wrist is on freeze. Is it cold or is it me?
He said, is it? Did he say, is it cold or is it me? Gucci. No lie, chat. That sounded the old Gucci.
No, man, come on, man. I don't want to try this shit, man. I don't be wanting to try. I don't be wanting to do this shit, man. I'm a low-key nigga, man. I'm a motherfucking nigga. I'm more of a Slim from Cash Money than a Birdman type nigga, though. You know, I get on my Birdman shit, though. Yeah, fuck you, tell me. Cuz, why this man out here pissing on people? Shit, man, all these man, what's wrong with him? Get him. Cuz you ain't on King, hey, cuz you ain't go. You ain't on meal break, cuz you ain't on the kill that.
In 2020, and at first everything looked good. Gucci believed in him, put him on records, gave him.
Now he said he ain't gonna tell the police it. Now chat. What that look like to you, chat? Okay. He was doing what? Now be careful with them words when y'all be like, when I get in those situations, I ain't gonna call them people because y'all always do, y'all tender dick ass niggas.
In 2020, And at first, everything looked good. Gucci believed in him, put him on records, gave him features. The mixtape got a feature from Gucci himself. It had features from Big 30, his Day One, his Memphis brother. These two were a package deal. Wherever Pooh Shiesty went, Big 30 was right there. But here's where it gets crazy. In 2022, barely a year into his rise, Pooh Shiesty catches a federal case out of Miami, a weapons conspiracy charge. Prosecutors said he conspired to possess a firearm in connection with crimes of violence and drug trafficking. Bro, he took a plea deal and got sentenced to 5 years in federal prison. 5 years, right at the peak of his career, gone. Now you'd think that's the end of the story, right? Nah, gang, nah. This is just chapter 1. And here's where things start to get interesting. Because in October of 2025, Pooh Shiesty gets released early. He served 3 years of his 5-year sentence and walked out. Now when you get out of federal prison early, they don't just let you roam free. They put you on home detention. You wear an ankle monitor. You can't leave your designated area without permission. You definitely cannot possess a firearm. These are the conditions.
Now, chat, we gotta talk about this. Get in the comment box. Hit me in that comment box. You can hit me right now, live in the chat, just like this. Chat, like, if you have ankle monitor on, you gonna go do some shit like that? Allegedly, are we gonna go? Come on, man.
So he's home, he's on the monitor, he's rebuilding, but here's what nobody was talking about. His contract with 1017 Records was still active, and apparently Pooh Shiesty was not happy with the terms. He felt like the deal was bad. He wanted out. He wanted his freedom, his music freedom, the same way he just got his personal freedom back. Now, most artists in this situation, they hire a lawyer, they negotiate, they go through the proper channels. Maybe they go public about it. Maybe they take it to court. But y'all already know how this man moved. Pooh Shiesty is not most artists. So what did he do? He called a meeting. And not just any meeting. He called Gucci Mane to Dallas. January 10th, 2026, a Saturday afternoon. He told Gucci and Gucci's security head and a third music industry professional, come to this studio on Dallas Parkway. Let's talk about the contract. Come on out, we'll sit down, we'll figure this out. Gucci Mane flew to Dallas. He walked into that studio thinking it was a business meeting. It was a trap. Chat, are we surprised? Because we should not be surprised. But we also could not have predicted this. So here's what federal prosecutors say happened inside that studio on January 10th. Pooh Shiesty asks to speak with Gucci privately. Pull him into the recording room. Just the two of them. Plus Pooh Shiesty's father, Lontrell Williams Sr., who was also there, and Big 30, Rodney Wright Jr., his partner from Day One. So it's Gucci in a room with Pooh Shiesty, Pooh Shiesty's own father, and Big 30, 3 against 1. And outside in the main studio space, 6 more members of the crew. All of them traveled from Memphis to Dallas together. This was not a spontaneous decision. This
So if you know how to do math, it was like 9 niggas out there.
was a planned operation. Pooh Shiesty pulls out contract termination
63.
paperwork. He puts it in front of Gucci Mane
One
and tells
dude,
him,
right?
sign this, release me from the label. Gucci said no, and I'm not even lying.
6 outside, 3 in the building for one dude. I mean, yeah, you know he gonna roll with like private security or something, but it's 6 of y'all.
That had to be one of the most terrifying moments of Gucci
6'9".
Mane's life.
Damn.
Because the second he said no, Pooh Shiesty pulled out an AK-style pistol and he pointed it at the man who made him sign the contract, or else. Gucci signed it, but they didn't stop there. That's what makes this insane. It wasn't just about the contract. After Gucci signed the papers at gunpoint, Pooh Shiesty took his wedding ring, his watch, his earrings, his cash, all of it, gone. Pooh Shiesty just called in from the feds after getting locked up for taking down Gucci Mane and sliming his goofy snitch ass out. But before we get into what he had to January 10th,
Now, like I was asking y'all, chat, get in that chat box. First, hit that tag right there, subscribe. I was asking y'all to tell me, do y'all think Gucci is snitch? Like, I don't know. I want y'all to tell me first if I get my opinion. Hit me in that box.
2026, a Saturday afternoon in Dallas, Texas, Gucci Mane, one of the founding fathers of trap music, a man who built an empire from nothing, a man who has been to federal prison himself and came back stronger, flies into Dallas for what he thinks is a business meeting, a sit-down, a conversation about a recording contract, professional, legitimate. That's what he was told. He walked into a studio, and 9 men were waiting for him. What happened inside that studio over the next hour is one of the most documented, most evidence-heavy, most completely captured by the feds, by surveillance cameras, cameras by the suspect's own social media. Armed robberies and kidnappings in the history of this industry. Gucci Mane was held at gunpoint. His wedding ring was taken off his finger. One of his associates was choked to the point of nearly losing consciousness. And the man behind all of it, his own signed artist, Pooh Shiesty, fresh out of federal.
Nigga he put his trust in, the nigga he put his money into, he is like Gucci is being a businessman, right? So it's like no street-ish, straight business shit. He invested in Pooh Shiesty. So you're saying, you know, Pooh Shiesty is the name. He invested in that name, he didn't put that name on his label, trusted the man. Yeah, that man bangs, you gonna bite the hand that feeds you? That's why I wanna know. Did Gucci snitch or did he do the right thing? Because if you ran a business, a label, anything, a restaurant, and a nigga came and smashed your window and you seen who did it, I guarantee you tell the insurance company who did it. But first you gonna write that report to the who? Police. And get that what? Money, right? So ain't that snitching? So you niggas got it.
Federal prison wearing an ankle monitor with Big 30 standing at the door making sure nobody could escape. And here's the part that just took this whole story to another level entirely. Federal documents suggest that Gucci Mane identified his attackers to investigators. He cooperated. He told the feds exactly who walked into that studio. And 50 Cent, who never misses a chance to say something, already went online and started clowning Gucci for it, calling out his street credibility. The internet went crazy. So today, gang, we are breaking down every single piece of this. The setup, the robbery step by step, every category of evidence the feds have, the crew, what Gucci did after. Believe.
Now see me, chat. I'm gonna get it back blood. Ain't gonna be no running back to hold him and yeah, I'm gonna get it back in blood school. I ain't even gonna give you the chance to do that. So feed me 50K subs, chat, and how you help the channel to grow. See that tag down there? Donate to the channel, chat. That's all I'm asking. Donate to the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the channel, and let's tap back into this Gucci issue.
They were about to be executed. They thought they were going to die in that studio. Oh my God. I'm sorry, but oh my God. These are grown men who flew to Dallas for a business meeting and almost didn't make it out. Eventually, after they took everything, they told the victims to leave, walked them out. The whole crew dipped. And that's when the biggest mistake of the whole operation happened. Gang, I need y'all to understand something, because this isn't just a robbery case where they have one or two pieces of evidence. Prosecutors came to this case loaded, and a lot of it, and I mean a lot of it, came from things these men did themselves. Let me break it down. Number one, the ankle monitor. Bro, Pooh Shiesty was on home detention. He was wearing a federal ankle monitor at the time of this robbery. Every single location he visited was being logged.
Right.
The feds pulled that data and it placed him at the studio at the exact time the robbery happened. He was supposed to be home. He was in Dallas with an AK and the monitor told on him. That's actually insane. That is genuinely one of the most self-destructive things I have ever heard in my life. What if I told you that the bracelet he was already wearing for his last gun case is what helped lock him up for this gun case? No cap, that's the reality. Number two, the license plate readers. Dallas has cameras everywhere, and the license plate readers on the highway caught multiple defendants traveling together from Memphis to Dallas in the days before the robbery. They documented the whole road trip. The feds had the timeline of their entire journey. Number three, the rental cars. Pooh Shiesty's father, Lontrell Williams Sr., rented the vehicles the crew used. His name was on the paperwork. A 2020 Dodge Charger Hellcat was registered to him. 2 additional rental cars were also in his name. His own dad drove the getaway situation and left a paper trail doing it. Number 4, the hotel. After the robbery on January 10th, the crew checked into a hotel in Dallas. Surveillance cameras caught them there. Cell phone records placed them in the building. They didn't even leave the city that night.
This is one I want to know. If you're really about that street ish, right? Is it a thing called burners? I'll take your main phone on a drill. Whatever you want to call it. Mission, drill, slide. Why take your main phone, main car, or rent a car in your name? It's just, bro. You don't rent no cars and nobody name is close to you. 1, 2, don't take no cell phones. It's stupid if you do. 3, allegedly you a fool if you go do some shit like that to your Nigga that's giving you all the bread. You just came home from jail for like 5 years, right? That's crazy, Chad.
Number 5, the Staples receipt. This one right here. Chad, are y'all seeing this? Pooh Shiesty's father, hours before the robbery, went to a Staples office supply store. Prosecutors believe the contract termination paperwork that Pooh Shiesty forced Gucci to sign at gunpoint was printed at that Staples. They had the papers ready. They planned every detail. This was premeditated from jump. Number 6, fingerprints. You know what was left behind in that studio? Red plastic cups. The crew was in that studio chilling while they waited, and they left cups behind. Forensics pulled latent fingerprints off those cups and matched them to multiple defendants. Red Cup snitched on them. Number 7, social media. Y'all are not ready for this one. After robbing Gucci Mane, after stealing Rolex watches and chains and cash, some of these men went on social media and posted. Co-defendant Terrence Rogers posted a video of himself wearing what prosecutors say is one of the stolen Rolex watches. Another co-defendant, DeMarcus Glover, posted.
Now that's where you niggas get it messed up at. He really need this shit because why would you rob a nigga for his bezel and then post it on the internet? Come on, Chad, how dumb can you get? Feed me 50K subs. Tap in right now. Hit that tag right there. Let me subscribe to the channel. All of them up there, Facebook, IG, Twitch. Hit me on there. We be live on there all the time. We do just more than this. It's comedy, music, everything. See that down there, donate to the channel. It's gonna help us grow. Let's get back into this Gucci-ish.
Photos of himself wearing the stolen jewelry. They posted the evidence on their own timelines. I'm not even lying. They literally posted the receipts. And number 8, the AirTag. Remember that stolen wallet? One of the victims had an Apple AirTag inside it. The last known location of that AirTag? A parking lot right next to the apartment building where Pooh Shiesty's father has a lease and where Pooh Shiesty himself was staying. The stolen wallet was basically calling law enforcement and giving them the address. 8 separate categories of evidence: ankle monitor, license plates, rental cars, hotel footage, the Staples trip, fingerprints on red cups, social media flexing, and an AirTag. That's not a case. That's a documentary. The feds.
And remember, I told you it's 9 of them. So there's 9 idiots that slipped up with all the evidence. Come on, they all getting cooked.
Didn't even have to work that hard. These men documented themselves. Let's run through everybody who's charged, because this wasn't just Pooh Shiesty and Big 30. This was a whole operation. Lontrell Williams Jr., Pooh Shiesty, the ringleader, the one prosecutors say planned and executed the entire takeover, charged with kidnapping and conspiracy. Lontrell Williams Sr., his father, the man who rented the cars, who helped arrange the meeting, who allegedly went to Staples and printed those contract papers. His own father is going down with him. Rodney Wright Jr., Big 30, one of the hottest Memphis drill rappers out, the man who blocked the studio door, charged with kidnapping and conspiracy. Then you have Kadarius Waters, Terrence Rogers, the one who posted the Rolex on social media, Demarion Gibson, DeMarcus Glover, who posted the jewelry photos, Corday Johnson, and Darian McDaniel. 8 arrests made in Dallas and Memphis. 1 suspect still being searched for at the time of the announcement. 9 people total, all facing federal kidnapping charges. And if convicted, every single one of them is looking at a maximum sentence of life in federal prison. Life in 2020.
Cooked. They are cooked, Chad. You paying attention?
5. He served 3 years for a gun crime. He had just gotten his life back. He was free. He had Big 30 still out here moving. He had music fans waiting on him. He had a whole second act ahead of him. Think about what that second act could have looked like.
Hold it, can we pause for a minute? Can we talk for a minute? Because me personally, Chad, I was fucking with the FDO. I was fucking with it. So I'm like, you came home. You was able to put that first day out. So I mean, Gucci was rocking with you. He's putting money into your ish, right? So I come back a couple months later and robbed him, man. Now, when I first heard it, Chad, I was like, oh no, that's publicity. That's what they doing it for. Then I was like, oh, maybe not.
3 years away, 3 years of built-up anticipation. The streets hadn't forgotten him. His name still carried weight. He had everything to come back to. And Gucci Mane? People close to the situation say that by 2024, Gucci had actually released most of the artists on 1,017 records. He let most of them go. You know who he kept? Pooh Shiesty. You know who else he kept? Fujiano. 2 artists he held on to specifically, and Pooh Shiesty was apparently unhappy with that. But here's the thing that blows my mind. If Gucci was holding on to him, that means Gucci still saw value in him. That means there was still a label structure around him. There were still resources. There was still infrastructure. An artist coming home from 3 years in federal prison with a label deal already waiting, that is a gift. Most artists come home to nothing. Most artists have to rebuild from scratch. Pooh Shiesty had a foundation. He had Big 30. He had the streets behind him. He had a path, and he chose this instead. Kidnap and rob him at gunpoint to force a contract release. And did it while wearing an ankle monitor from his last gun case. Y'all seeing this? Chat, are we surprised? Because we should not be surprised, but we should absolutely be shocked. Because the level of short-term thinking it takes to do what he allegedly did, fresh out of prison, on home confinement, with an ankle monitor on your leg, is something I genuinely cannot explain. There is no world where this ends well. There was never a version of this plan where everybody
But like that dude right there was on some other shit, and that shit was just stupid. With the ankle monitors on.
This is the part of the story that sent the whole internet into a full meltdown. And I need you to understand why this is such a big deal in the culture. Federal court documents describe one of the victims, referred to only as RD, identifying the individuals who robbed him. The affidavit says this victim described the ringleader as wearing a black Nike Shiesty mask and black clothing during the robbery. And this same victim identified Pooh Shiesty by his Instagram handle. He pointed the feds directly to the account. RD is Radrick Davis. That is Gucci Mane's legal name. Gucci Mane identified Pooh Shiesty to federal investigators. Now look, before y'all go crazy in the comments, let me be clear about something. Gucci Mane was the victim here. He flew to Dallas for what he thought was a legitimate business meeting. He got held at gunpoint. His wedding ring was taken off his finger. He and 2 other people were trapped in a studio by armed men and at one point believed they were about to be executed. If someone does that to you, pulls a gun on you, takes everything off your body, has one of his boys choke your associate unconscious in the next room, and then the feds come asking what happened. Cooperating with law enforcement as a crime victim is not the same thing as being a snitch in the traditional sense. He was reporting something that was done to him. But you already know the internet does not do nuance. 50 Cent got word of the documents. And 50 Cent, who has made a career out of saying the most calculated, most pointed thing at exactly the right moment, went online immediately. He referenced Gucci Mane's history. He referenced a 2005 incident involving Young Jeezy's associate Pookie Lock, a case where Gucci was cleared after claiming self-defense, and basically asked how the same man who moved like that in the streets ended up identifying his attackers to the federal government. The Post said, and I'm paraphrasing, he thought Gucci was smoking on Pookie Lock. He called it an only in Atlanta type of story. Oh my God. 50 Cent really did that. The post got deleted, but the internet had already screenshot everything, and the debate started immediately. Was Gucci wrong for cooperating? Was he supposed to just eat it and say nothing? Was 50 Cent out of pocket for clowning the man after he literally got robbed at gunpoint in a music studio?
You went out like a real crash diamond, and after all that, boy, you still signed to me?
After all that, and you still signed to him, Gucci, you should be moving with them. And all them other niggas, man, y'all need y'all whipped. That was just dumb. Stupid. Like, you're rolling with a dude with an ankle monitor on. And you like, come on, bro, let's go do this. That's the breadwinner. If anything, Shiesty should have stayed back in Memphis. 30 should have stayed back in Memphis. And them other 6 niggas should have went out there and did that. For me personally, if I was Shiesty, I wouldn't even have done none of that. I'd have went about it the business way, you know? These niggas tweaking. You was in the dungeon with your boy and all that you do is feed me 50K subs, chat. Hit that tag right there, subscribe to the channel, their YouTubes and all that up there. Bang with them. Let's get it, we out.